get your ears cleaned out, like properly cleaned out? I mean, if you get it helps with your hearing.
Yeah. Sometimes wax goes right down. It can rest on your eardrum. So when it vibrates, that wax is causing it not to vibrate as much as it should be. You can get that syringe.
I've been told like using the earplugs used to that's not good.
They can push wax into your ears, but the best thing to do is every so often just go and have them cleared anyway. When the guy looked in my ears yesterday, he saw a bit of wax there, but it wasn't too severe. So.
And there's one more thing as well. You know when your ears pop?
Yeah.
Like what does that do to your ears?
All that is pressure. That's just.
Does that release does that release some sort of like pressure from your ears or something like that?
I think when your ears pop, the pressure in your ears, it causes something to close off. I'm not quite sure.
I think it's good for the sense on that. Yeah.
Is it like a bit of like that's a real relief that your ears are cleared out though? Is that what it's like?
I suppose.
Not all people need their ears coloured. You know, I've had my ears looked down quite a few times and never been told, oh, we need to syringe your ears.
Yeah.
So some people produce a lot of wax, some people don't, or have an ear that means it goes the other way instead of that way. So that's all that's about really.
And you know when you said at gigs, like you start getting damage after like 20, 30 seconds,
yeah.
How much damage is it? Like, you know,
well, like I say, some people have tougher ears than others. It really varies.
Is it like an average?
It's like what it'll be. It'll definitely cause temporary tinnitus, but you must make sure that you leave. You know, just stay in a quiet environment for at least 2 days for it to recover. Like I say, it's like the grass. If you keep walking on the grass, it's going to go down.
It's just that I've been to like a lot of gigs. I've been to a few festivals where it's just like 3 days of constant loudness and just like I could hear 19 kilohertz and like all the other ones.
You may have tougher ears. Yeah. Plus, like with headphones and stuff as well, they're really concentrating the sound right in, and it's a lot of pressure.
Well, I don't really have my headphones like
that. Mine's more of a point than a question, but something that I thought you missed out, although it doesn't relate to hearing loss, it's certainly dangerous. You know, when you were talking about people like it being 85 dB on just a busy street, so people then turn that up, you then can't hear the traffic coming, so they might get hit by a car or something like that.
Yeah.
And like things like walking around at night as well. If you've got your headphones in at night, you might not hear someone coming up behind you to steal your music player off you.
Yeah, sure. What do you do? The saving your ears.
Yeah.
I mean, just a point of that is I was talking to some guy about 2 years ago, and he was just telling me about his friend who went to the States, and temporarily he just forgot which way the traffic goes. It obviously flows the opposite way. He had his Walkman on, and he stepped off and got hit.
Any more questions?
A point I would make. Does anyone want to comment on how he just presented? Not whether it was accurate or good information, but do you think Jim presents things well? Or
yeah, it was really good. We were better for the pictures, weren't they?
Do you know what though? Yeah, right.
That wasn't your fault.
I think that do you know what? That's probably the best presentation I've seen. You know, for a while, to be honest. But I'm thinking now, like, do you know with presentations, like, was you reading that most of your stuff on paper then?
Yeah, but I also had it in my head.
I can tell because your knowledge of it's pretty good anyway. But I was just thinking, like, because I've been told to do presentation, I've been told to minimise like usage of reading off things. But I knew you didn't need to do that anyway. So
just hold your paper up, just show everyone. He just had it like, but sort of high. So he's not. He's like. Sort of cue cards, nearly like
it's cool, but do you know what though? I thought if you did that one time and it looked like you had that, which I knew you probably did in your head, that would have been like 100% professional. But I thought it was really good. Not bad. That's what I mean. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. And I thought if that weren't there anyway, you'd look at him and think, he's just done that straight up. He's completely organised. But I knew you was like that anyway, because
it made you think.
Yeah.
What volumes you listen to your music at?
One point I would say is when you said you found it, I can't remember the exact word, but you said I found it quite difficult to get information about famous, musicians. I was surprised by that because I think there's a lot of stuff out there, and one quick one there's actually a film, isn't there? Yeah, with the sort of the hearing loss is the big thing about that film, and obviously that's sort of fiction based on.
I was going to put that in, but then I thought no, because it's not real.
Yeah.
It is based on a true story.
But it's based on but there I know Radio 1 website on one of the links from there has a lot of, you know, like the sort of health and safety elements of the working in the music industry, and there are musicians talking to camera about their hearing.
Oh, sorry, go on, you finished?
No, I was just going to say my point from hearing loss is I don't know, like I used to play music very loud, and to illustrate one example was we had a woman bring the police from 4 streets away inside a building, how loud we had it. And we'd also play for we'd do rehearsals that would last hours long, you know, like because we were sitting, we were like trying to get, well, we all had the flexibility and the time to hone down what we would do. If you're serious about it, you put time into it. And he also used to have like a Marshall stack in my front room, which didn't help either.
I've had twice where I've sort of lost my hearing, and like what years ago when I was a kid, when I went to these trials in Blackburn football. The old days, and they were a lot stronger than us and that, and it was like, I remember I got kicked in the nose and broke my nose, and then I got bumped the head, and my ears just popped and I couldn't hear nothing. And all I could hear is wind going past my ears. I couldn't hear, like, no, I could hear people talk, but it was like, you know, it's like imagine being dead. And you're like, you're like your soul. No, just imagine, you know, like imagine being dead and your body's dead, but you can hear everything that's happening, but not from body sort of thing. And that's what it felt like. And I thought, wow, what's happening here?
It's a technique used in film where you see a guy standing in a busy street, but the background is silent. It's obviously like, you know.
It's like all frequencies just went, and I couldn't just hear. I couldn't hear much, because I was younger, can't describe that much. But recently, like a couple of years ago, I got slapped. Like I got here, and it was like me, and it was just like that was it for days. But it was like that for it was the first time. It was the first time was pretty bad. That was like 2 days. This one was like for 2 weeks, something like that. I couldn't really hear that good, and I thought my days of like doing music over like bad. But it went too short on it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's noise.
It was just like wind.
Yeah,
you can just hear wind. That's the only thing that we can. You know, usually when you walk the street and you're always walking against like wind going past you don't pay yet. But I could actually hear every bit of wind going past me.
That's usually nerves. When you can hear horror, and that's nerves. Tonight is the ringing. It's funny because both my ears are damaged, and when I try and sleep, I've got ring and hissing. It's quite annoying. But yeah, I've been too long. So.
Okay. Someone's got tinnitus. That's the thing, isn't it? Whether you hear it or not. Okay. I've got Kaylee. I've got you. Now, did you need time?
Yeah.
Go.